The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Welcome to the Dogish Podcast. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's your girl, Sylvia West, pet expert and dog trainer at Dog Up in This Bitch. And I am here with my fabulous co-host, as always, Jasen, Arias.
What's up?
The co-founder of Forever USA. What's up, Jasen? Cutting me off. My God.
I'm trying to get more involved.
Chomping at the bit.
Upgrading the conversation, like making this more back and forth and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
We had too much fun today.
It was a blast.
Precursor, there are many F-bombs in this episode, but listen, it was just that kind of morning.
Not Sam Jackson-ish.
But I'm saying if you have young children and you're listening, you may just want to be aware that this is,
with that said, they were happy F-bombs. It's not like we were
amazing. No.
They were.
But we had way too much fun with our upcoming guest, Megan, who is the one of the co-founders of Gal's Best Friend blog. She is NYC Dog Mom. She is one of the founders of the Pet Summit. I mean, she's
an author of a new book coming out about
her rescue dog, Rumba. Yeah. Dude, she's
from the Dominican.
Incredible. We had such a blast talking to her. We learned so much as per usual.
I actually almost froze up a couple times because there was just a plethora of things to talk about, and I didn't know which direction to go. You like
more
that?
On plethora in a second. Let's get into it. Let's just get right into it.
Let's go. Well, welcome. I'm excited to have the group together, and Megan, I'm super excited to meet you and
you too,
and learn a little bit more about who you are and what you do. It just seemed like one of my we were talking about favorite words just slightly before the show, and one of my favorite words is plethora.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
That's much better than...
Not as good as fuck, but... Yeah.
Right. Ever since the days of the Three Amigos, which they use the word plethora in there, it's always... And you are like a plethora of things dog related from what we're picking up. And I'm excited to learn all about them.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I think Megan truly embodies what we're trying to talk about in this show, which the whole podcast is dedicated to pet parents who really are like radical, raving, raging pet parents. And this is their platform to just be unapologetically a dog mom, a dog dad, and absolutely nothing else. So, Megan, talk to us about
introduce us.
How did you become this
crazy?
I mean, you are literally NYC Dog Mom. Like, that is your brand. So how did that come about?
So growing up, my mom trained dogs. So she trained Rottweilers. So we had, no joke, like 5 to 6 dogs from the time I was a baby until I left for New York. So that being said,
where did you grow up?
Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and my parents still have 6 dogs. And not like, I'm not talking like Chihuahua type dogs. Like we have like a pit bull, a bloodhound, a Belgian Malinois, a border collie, a blue heeler. It's like a
lots
situation.
Lots of working dogs.
Yeah.
It's a situation going on over there. When I got to New York, I quickly realized that something was missing. And it was a dog. So then came Pharrell, who is my first New York dog, border collie. And quickly, exactly actually a year after Pharrell came Rosie, another border collie that we rescued from upstate New York. And then I decided, I was in the fashion industry. I worked at Macy's on the buying team. And then after that, I, oh my gosh, something just popped up on my screen. Sorry. Force quit. We will not be force quitting this. Sorry, guys.
Stay with us. Don't leave yet. It was just getting good.
Wait, what's happening? So Pharrell, fashion, Macy's. And then we started this website called Gal's Best Friend.
Yep.
which is an online dog mom plethora of things.
Nice.
Jasen.
Look at that.
So throwing it in there for you. And that took off, and it was really fun. And the dog's Instagram took off. And then I was like, why am I working in fashion? This is so dumb. This is not what I want to do anymore. There's one, no money. Two, like, it's just stressful at all times and nothing fun about it.
I can't even
anymore.
imagine.
Yeah,
I always think of Devil Wears Prada whenever I think of fashion in like a big city like that.
It's kind of like that, but not as glamorous. Like the attitude is there.
Worse.
Yeah, like
That's
the
worse.
attitude and the situations are there, but there's no fashion closet where you can go change outfits in. That does not exist.
That sounds horrific.
Yeah, especially at Macy's.
What's the point?
Exactly. So then I just quit. Like no job, just quit. And then I started working for Dog Parker, now called Dog Spot, which I don't know if you know what that is. It's they're these houses, like these outdoor dog houses that go outside of like grocery stores, bodegas, coffee shops.
Oh,
things that you can't bring your dog to.
I've seen them, and they're like temperature controlled.
Yep. So they're temperature controlled. They like auto sanitize. There's a camera in there, so you can watch your dog on a camera while and it's only meant for like people that tie their dogs up. The whole premise behind it was like, stop tying your fucking dog up.
Right.
It's dangerous. It's dumb.
People will steal your dog.
People will steal your dog, or worse, so your dog will get hurt. So it's basically put your dog in this house for 10 minutes while you run into the store real fast and get it out. So I worked for them. I was a community manager. And then I went to Rebel Dog, which does those fun tags and accessories. And now I'm at Fi, which is the GPS dog collar. I run all their social and influencer program. Yeah. So, and then, and between all that, we got Rumba, which we went on a vacation to the Dominican Republic. We found this dog on the beach. Long story short, we fell in love. Vacation turned rescue. And we found a way to bring her back. So now we have 3 dogs in New York City.
We've got Pharrell, Rosie, and Rumba.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're so good with names, Sylvia.
Yes.
two border collies and a pot cake.
And a pie cake. Okay.
Yep.
I think that's an excellent place to take a break. We'll be right back to talk more about this pot cake.
Pot cake. She's the best.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart and don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. For help keeping yours at a healthy range, text PRESSURE to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take 1.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council. People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at fenixmedia.us.
So I want to just like time out. So
There's a lot going on there.
Like,
well, we
pump
made
the
it up
brakes.
to pot cake. We
Yeah,
started from
hold
New
on,
York
though.
fashion. Or we started in
Hold it.
Dallas.
Yes, I need to recap this. I'm like,
And
I'm
then
like
now
my
we're
brain.
at pot cake.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is you've always been a crazy dog lady. It's genetics.
Before you
it's
knew
genetic for you.
Yeah.
I can
Born
relate.
into it.
It's genetic for me too. My mom is a crazy animal lady. We had like her favorite animal is a goat. So I had like 4 goats growing up.
Love
and
goats.
dogs. And yeah.
Pygmy goats.
Yeah, cute. And a full size one was my mom's girl. Anyways, so always crazy dog lady, turned into fashion lady, turned into why am I doing this lady, into full on dog mom, dog blog for dog moms, dog Instagram influencer, full on your life is dogs. Like you
All
have
the
some
time.
dogs up in this bitch.
I do.
I can relate. Okay, so we get this pot cake, but I want to just, you like kind of just threw the story out there real quick.
Yeah, I forgot
We
about
went to the Dominican Republic and like adopted a dog. So, cause I went to the Dominican Republic and I did not come back with a dog. So if you could just, what? Huh?
So
My brain.
how that happened was, so we went to just, get away. We went in like March because it was cold as fuck here. So we went to get warm. And then the first day we were there, we were walking on the beach and there was this dog laying in the sand, like off in the distance. And we were like, wait, is that a dog? And
We came here for a purpose.
yeah, I'm not joking. This was like 20 minutes in. And
we just got on the beach.
We didn't change. Like, I think we went to the hotel, like went to the room, changed clothes out of our airplane clothes and walked on the beach and then found Rumba. So then it just turned into, oh my God, this dog is perfect. Like within 5 seconds, she was like licking our face and like hugging on us. And I was crying. It was like, there were like pictures were being taken and vacation was turned upside down.
Love at first sight does exist.
Love at first. I mean, it was legit love at first sight. So
first. The pun definitely.
Oh, there we go.
So we went and, we got our water, got our food just to make sure she was okay. And then after that, we literally called every single vet, rescue, anything that we could find in the area, and nobody would help us. Nobody cared to help us. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but in the Dominican, dogs are kind of like the New York City rat. They're everywhere. People don't care about them. Rumba, we had found out from I don't know if on the beach how there's the guys that sell like bracelets and Mama Juana and all that stuff. They told us that they call her Rumba, so they named her Rumba. And then they also told us that the hotels have tried to kill her a few times. That she'd been poisoned a few weeks before.
Oh wow!
That like the hotels, they just don't want beach dogs. Like they think they bother the guest. They're a nuisance. All these things. So.
Meanwhile, all of our listeners are like, we are going to the Dominican.
Yeah. So people were just like, nobody cared to help us. They were like, sorry, another day, another dog. We don't really care. So then finally we found a Yelp review from like 5 years before. And it was a rescue called Red Collars in the area. So I messaged her on Yelp, I think, or Facebook. I think I found her Facebook link. I was like, hey, found this dog. Here's a picture. Oh, and in the meantime, we found another dog that she was friends with we named him Poppy. We took food out there one night and there was another little puppy that must've been like 4 months old. And we were like, oh shit, now we have 2 dogs. Like,
I love how you just immediately had ownership.
Yeah.
Great.
We're like, now we have 2.
Now we have 2 more dogs.
Yep. Here we go. So
we could be a 4-dog family.
Oh, totally. Well, at that point, I was thinking 5. So then we called, I messaged this woman and I was like, hey, found these 2 dogs. Here's a photo. Like, is there any way you could help? We leave for New York City in 2 days. So we need to, like, can you take her? Do you know somebody that would be willing to take her? Can you help me get her back? And she wrote back the next morning, was like, hey, I found these. I spayed that dog. So she spayed Rumba a year before, because she does spay and neuter clinics for strays in the area. Wow. She was like, I know that dog. I'll meet you on the beach in the morning. I was like, oh my God. So this was like the day we were leaving at this point. So she meets us on the beach. We had to finagle with the then guys that said, oh no, this is our dog. You can't have her on the beach, and changed their story tune real fast because they wanted money. So we ended up paying off these people. Got the 2 dogs. We get in the car with this woman that we just met like 5 minutes before. We like drive 30 minutes into the island to go to some vet. Like, who knows, like we could have been getting into a bad situation, but we were like, yeah.
There's a dog involved. It's usually fine.
It's fine, right? So we go to the vet, they get all checked out, and then we take them to her shelter, which is amazing. This woman, her name is Yanela, and she takes dogs off the street that are, it's like, there was a dog that had been dipped in acid there. A dog who someone cut its nose off. Wow. People just abuse these dogs there and they don't care. They just want to get rid of them. So she is like the angel of the Dominican Republic. And she does these spay and neuter clinics to spay the strays and all this stuff. So we go to her shelter, and she agreed to hold them for us for 2 weeks while we got all the paperwork done. The dogs had to be quarantined. And then 2 weeks later, she shipped us Poppy and Rumba. And then also I work with this rescue called Global Strays. So we took 4 other dogs from the shelter. So we went to the airport and picked up 6 dogs, and kept Rumba, shipped out the others, and here we are today.
Jason, I know you're exploding over there. I can see it on your face.
No, I'm just, no matter how many times I hear like the negative stories from other places, not in our circle, it always still catches me off guard.
It's horrible. And like with Global Strays, we work with rescues in Nicaragua and Colombia and Dominica and Puerto Rico, like all these, like our main focus is South America, and like developing country areas. And like a few weeks ago, there was this dog that like somebody broke its back. So it like walks on its front legs. They ended up having to put it down because it was just so bad. It's just like so crazy. So our main thing at Global Strays is we do spay and neuter clinics, but then we also do community education. So we have people go into the communities and like do these classes with kids and, their parents. Like, this is how you treat a dog. This is how you treat your dog. This is how you treat dogs that are not your dogs. These are how you treat cows. This is how you treat horses. This is how you treat cats. So it's just like a education thing over there.
I think that's so important, though, because it's one thing to go in and pull the dogs out of these areas.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's like small impact. Like, what Global Strays is doing is like literally teaching the man how to fish instead of just taking the fish out of the sea.
Yeah.
Which I think is so valuable for overall and long-term well-being, of the animal community. So that's amazing. So do you know what happened to Poppy and the other?
So Poppy is with one of my friends.
Of course.
So when we got the dogs back, the 4 dogs that weren't Poppy and Rumba, they went straight to Global Strays. And they were fostered out. Poppy and Rumba came back to my apartment. Pharrell was very pissed. We were looking at these photos the other day. I have this photo of Pharrell on the couch and he's like giving me the side eye, just like in the corner, like, what the fuck, lady? Like first she brought Rosie, like so pissed. He didn't interact with Rumba for like 2 months, refused to go near her. He was like, now they're best friends, but it took a while. But we had, and like the goal was to get Rumba adopted. Wink, wink. And
so is that wink, wink? Like that's what I told my partner, but Jason, I knew all along. I was
100%. I made this like 6-page application that would like, I was like, if
off the record.
Yeah, off the record.
You totally wanted her to be adopted.
Totally was looking for the perfect home. And everyone that filled out this application, I got like so many people like, oh, we'll take her. I found like the dumbest things wrong with them. I'm like,
okay, give me one. Give me one of those examples. I need to know.
I didn't like a girl's style.
Yeah, wrong name. I don't like this name.
I didn't like the way she dressed. I was like,
fashion police on dog mom.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't going to happen.
She wears too many tank tops.
Too many. Like, it's not. Rumba cannot be photographed with that. So that happened. And then there was somebody else that was, I think they lived in like Jersey or something. And I was like, too far.
Jersey.
I was like, that's too far. That's not going to work. I was finding like the dumbest things. And then finally I went to Italy with some girlfriends, and I remember vividly, we were in the airport in Rome about to get on the plane back to New York City. And I was sitting there with my friend Melissa, and I just started like uncontrollably crying. And she was like, and like these, like all these Italian people were looking at me like I was crazy. And they were like, somebody was like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I was like sobbing. And my friend Melissa was like, you got to stop crying. Like, what's wrong? And I was like, I can't get rid of Rumba. Like, I can't get rid of her. Like, I just cannot get rid of this dog. So then I got home and walked into my apartment bawling, and my boyfriend was like, what happened? I thought you were in Italy. Like, what's wrong?
Weren't you just on vacation?
I'm like, listen, here's the deal. It's Rumba or you. Like Rumba stay. You can get on the train or we're leaving. And he was like, of course we're going to keep Rumba. So,
good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. All right. So, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back to it.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't? Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. Cool. Very cool. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan.
Separated.
We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
Idea how to find each other.
The whole experience was fine.
the most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Message.
Some parents plan ahead. Some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
That'll be $73.11.
Do you have a charity that I can donate up to?
You just did.
But I didn't select any option.
It happened just by using your credit card. We recently changed our payment processing to Gratis Gives, who not only saves our company a ton of money on processing fees, but also donates a portion of every purchase to a participating local nonprofit.
Why doesn't every business do that?
If they switch to Gratis Gives like we did, they can.
Achieve real social change by contacting Gratis Gives at 855-464-7284 or online at gratisgives.com.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush. Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see, every moment can be kind of special. But they can be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Okay, so like we've learned like all of this stuff on Rumba, and I have a gut feeling that you could probably sit and gush on Rumba for like the rest. But a little bit deeper, like what kind of impacts has Rumba had on you? Like, I think you're writing a book now, right?
We are. So my mom has been pushing me since day one, since getting Rumba, to do a kid's book. And I'm like, Mom, I'm like children to Arthur. Like, I don't have kids. I don't know. And she kept pushing. And then I started getting like DMs on Instagram asking about it. Like, you should do a kid's book about Rumba. You should do a kid's book. So then a publisher reached out, and it was just like all these like weird things that happened. And they suggested doing a series. So that's what we're doing. And so the first one is like Rumba's story. It's kind of changed because I wrote it as the real story, and the publisher was like, okay, you're writing for kids.
We can't talk about dogs dipped in acid.
Like, you're gonna have to relax. So I had to change, like, they're like, kids don't understand, like, me and my boyfriend went on a vacation. They don't get that. So now Tom is my dad. I'm a little girl. So Tom had two options. I'm like, you can be my dad or my brother. Take your pick. He was like, I'll go with daddy. So
Tom's such a good sport.
Yeah, good sport.
Saving pancakes and everything.
So so it's a story about a little girl who goes on vacation with her dad and finds a dog named Rumba. And it's like a story about like compassion and how to treat dogs and people even that like are less fortunate than you, that you don't know, like showing love and compassion towards animals mainly. And then a portion, we worked out this deal with the publisher that a portion of all sales are going to Global Strays.
Amazing. Yeah, I was just going to bring them up. It feels kind of really aligned with the messaging from Global Strays about early childhood education, on like just helping kids learn. And I think for me is one of the biggest, when I, as a dog trainer, like I love working with my families that have kids, because that's an opportunity to get to like go into the home and help. I call them my junior trainers, but to help my junior trainers learn how to be a part of the conversation and the relationship building with their dogs, because it's so important. I don't think I would be the human I am today if I didn't grow up with animals.
Oh, totally. My mom is like, this book is dedicated to me, right? Like, she's like, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. You wouldn't love dogs if it wasn't for me. Like, I mean, it's like an everyday thing.
We may need to get Mama Rose on this podcast.
Yeah. She would love, she does search and rescue. She's very into the dog world. But
very cool.
We're also doing a bilingual version of the book.
I was just going to ask that. Yeah. Amazing.
So people in the Dominican and Nicaragua and all these places can also read it and learn from it.
And is that out, or when does it come out?
Fall 2021. So this fall.
Oh, cool.
Whoa, we're zooming in on it.
I know.
Well, it's a good thing you had that like year off at home to just become an author all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was crazy because it you don't realize how much goes into making a book. And I don't know if y'all know Noble Friend Shop. She is has an online store where she makes like custom portraits of your pets, and then she puts them on. Like, I have sweatpants, I have backpacks, I have like everything. So she's a really fun graphic designer. So she's doing all the illustrations for the book. So it's just crazy to see how much work actually goes into it. And then like everything is done. It's been done for a while, but then it has to go to the publisher, and there's all this editing and like layouts. And so
it's a lot.
Yeah. Super excited for it though.
I'm excited too. I can't wait to read it.
The other thing that I'm excited to talk about is the Pet Summit, because this is something that's completely separate from our trips to Dominican and pancakes and other fun stories.
So for those who weren't with us on the break, Megan left her amazing pancake and bacon breakfast to be with us this morning. So that's why we keep bringing a pancake.
I had an oops moment this morning. I was like, oh shit, I have a podcast.
We all have those many times every day.
I did that this morning too.
See?
And it's my podcast.
So tell us a little bit about the Pet Summit.
Yeah. So the Pet Summit was this weird idea that I had like 2 years ago. I don't know if either of you know or anyone listening knows about Blog Pause. It was this conference that was held for like 10 years straight, and they had them in different locations. And it was for pet bloggers. And as Gal's best friend, we went like 3 different times. And I mean, it was great for what it was. They don't do it anymore, but it was very focused around blogging and like SEO and, like those kind of things. And then it was also targeted towards not the like millennial dog mom, I guess I would say. And so, I mean, we learned a lot. It was great. Very like loved going to it and all of these things, but we were like, there should be something similar, but also like working with influencers and like teaching influencers all these things that they need to know, and teaching rescues, like how to use social media and how to like do fundraisers and all this, and small businesses, how they can grow using online tools and all this stuff. So we were like, let's just do it. So me and I don't know if y'all know a puppy named Charlie, the 2 fluffy doodles, their mom, and Maggie loves Orbit. She's based in California. We all decided to just do this conference. So basically it is an online conference that we are holding once a year. And it is, this year we had like almost 100 classes of people talking about like YouTube, like how to grow your Instagram, how to, like classes for people that had huge Instagrams, how to like engage. And I mean, everything under the sun you can think of for influencers, rescues, small business, based around social media. We had like a section on blogging. We had a section on like PR, all kinds of photography. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had 4 rescues that proceeds went to, which was great. We gave 25% of everything to rescues. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we are expanding this year. We're like growing our team out, and hopefully the next Pet Summit will be in September, we're aiming for. And then after that, we're hoping to do in person, because 2020 was going to be in person in Austin, and then we had to pivot online. So we're hoping in 2022 we can go back to in person and do something fun. We're thinking Austin because Austin's the best. So
I have heard good things about Austin.
I have heard good things as well.
It is the best.
So
we were going to venture out there, but then, the whole world ended.
Yeah. Then the world ended.
So it sounds like it's focused not so much at pet parents, but at like anybody involved in the industry of pets and dogs and animals.
Exactly. So it's just like if you are an influencer, or if you kind of want to be an influencer, or if you're a rescue and you want to grow your rescue, if you want to start a rescue, or if you're a blogger, or if you're a small business, like anything in the pet space, there's something for you.
Incredible.
Have you seen like I know we've seen it on, it's somewhat rhetorical, but I don't have any information about it. Like, how much has the pet industry grown, maybe even just like in the last 3 to 5 years?
It's insane. It's like I think it's like don't quote me on this, but I think it's like a $5 or $6 billion industry right now. And it's like And much higher? See,
Do you know what it is, Sylvia?
Yeah, the pet industry in the U.S. alone, $72 billion.
Oh, there you go.
100 billion global.
Wow.
So
and we're learning to we're
huge.
The I don't want to call it a movement, but the change.
Or maybe I was thinking influencer, the pet influencer.
Also,
I
think is 5 billion. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's huge space.
We're hearing stories and just seeing it to where dogs in particular are really starting to replace kids in some ways, and, and making that shift and the
I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah. And the impact that they're having in our lives, the mindset has being shifted. I've read numerous articles that losing a pet can often be harder to deal with than losing a family member, especially ones that you're not, spending a lot of time with.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting to hear that. And that's one of the things that I'd be fascinated with the pet summits, because now you're taking this giant collection of people that are dealing with that every day and bringing them into this epicenter of change and ideas and inspiration. And it's very cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was super successful. We had almost 1,000 people attend in the first year, which is unheard of. And it was just, it ended up being way more than we thought it was going to be, which was a good thing. And then we had some amazing panels that was a lot of fun, especially we had a diversity panel because, as everyone knows, the pet industry is very white focused. And so we're very big on trying to bridge that gap as well. And bring more into that. So we had a panel on that, which did really well, a panel on rescues. We had, I don't know if y'all are country music fans, maybe? No?
From time to time. I live in Nevada, so.
Okay. Well, Dan and Shay, his wife, was on there. And they're huge rescue advocates. So it was just a lot of fun and having people from all different parts. And we had people in Greece, people all over the world attend. So it was just fun to bring the community together. Our big thing is community over competition, because there's a lot of other things in the pet industry that's very focused on competition. And we're just not our thing, not our jam.
No, I totally agree with that. Yeah. I mean, being a pet professional myself, it's I'm constantly, when I was doing a lot of work for the pet sitter community on Rover, constantly explaining to people this is a community sport. We need to work together as a community to elevate, and the more we work together, then the higher we can just elevate awareness, rescue.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all about elevating everybody together as one.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take one more quick break. We're going to be right back with Megan.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter, Brooklyn, was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect.
She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no, that's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison, why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
So, Megan.
Yes.
From this, my mind is still so, I'm literally floored because it used from talk to us about Gal's best friend. Talk to us about because that's really the little nugget that started the whole.
Yeah, it is.
Thing.
Yes. I had a weird, I think this is what happened. I think I was on Instagram 6 years ago, and I was still in the fashion industry at this point. And so I think I was scrolling fashion stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I fell asleep, and then I had this dream that me and 2 of my friends from Dallas, who I, was in a sorority with, and we cheered for the Rangers together, 2 of my best friends back there, that we started this blog, but it wasn't a normal dog. It wasn't a normal dog blog. It was kind of like a fashion blog meets dog mom in a sense.
Fashion for dogs or fashion for moms or both?
Well, just not even that, just I don't know if you remember back before all these blogs came along, it was just if you saw a dog blog, it was one, they weren't aesthetically pleasing. Mm-hmm. 2, the information was WebMD type of things.
Yeah. It was it was specifically for dog parents to glean information about their dogs. It wasn't for dog parents or designed by and for the dog.
Yeah. So in my head, I was thinking having this place where there was a section for shopping guides, a section for DIYs, a section for, I don't know, rescues, all funny stories, all these things, more of a kind of a cosmopolitan.com for dogs. And so I called them the next morning. I'm hey, so I had this dream that we did this, and they're let's do it. And then so the next day we bought a domain, and then we did it. And at first it was, we never had a blog before. We did not know what we were doing. And so at first it was rough. I would say the first year we were, it was hard. But then we saw the light at the end of the tunnel, and it kind of blew up, and then, things started going well. And then our dog's Instagram started blowing up. We then became influencers. And then they did the Dodo has done a few stories on Rumba. So then that elevated us a little more. And yeah, it's just a place where every month we have a different rescue that we spotlight. We spotlight different dogs every week. We have shopping guides. Basically we want it to be the every girl for dog people. So yeah, it's so much fun. There's now only 2 of us. One girl is, and long story.
Oh, wow.
In a brief couple clicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that happened. So now it's just two of us and possibly bringing on somebody else to help with some things. So it's going and we're super excited. We're about to launch a shop with Noble Friend Shop. So there'll be a lot of fun dog mom things going on there that we're super excited about.
Very fun.
Yeah.
It just keeps on growing. Like, I think that's what's been fascinating listening to your story is just where like it started and has just spread. And now you're literally having an impact on thousands and thousands of people every single year. Like, what is that like kind of being an influencer? Like,
no pressure.
Like, would you consider yourself falling into that category as an influencer? Because I guess I separated it a little bit differently. There's people that use just their social media to bring attention and build community, but it's different, right? Like you're launching businesses that are making an outward impact. That the spotlight's not necessarily just on Megan. It's putting the spotlight on lots of other people.
Yeah, which is kind of like our goal, like especially with like God's Best Friend and the Pet Summit, it's to spotlight these animal welfare groups or rescues. Like not even, it doesn't need, like for example, the Pet Summit isn't even all just dogs, it's pets. So like one of our rescue organizations is Animal Tracks, which is based in LA, and they take exotic animals that are illegally owned, basically, or retired monkeys and things like that, and give them a place to live out
like
their
Tiger
days.
King, but like healthy,
but good. Yeah,
but good. Okay.
It's mostly primates and a few kangaroos and stuff like that. So, I mean,
hold on, people own kangaroos. What is happening?
People are stupid. People are like, I want a kangaroo, and they get one. They're like, fuck, I have a kangaroo.
It's
what do I do with
me
this
all the time?
Yeah. I mean, people are so dumb. It's infuriating.
How do you contain? Don't they jump?
Yeah, they do.
How do you build a fence tall enough to contain a kangaroo?
And not all kangaroos are like nice.
They're mostly not nice.
Yeah. So it's like they probably like stupid. It's just,
I never would condone animal abuse of any sort, but have you guys seen the video where the kangaroo was beating up on that dude's dog and he walked out there like that the guy walks out, punched the kangaroo in the face so that the kangaroo would let the dog go, and then like it was bad.
It was awesome. It was crazy that the guy just like boom and then. But
have you seen it? Sylvia?
I have not seen this video, but I have homework apparently. But I got off the podcast.
It's nuts. He saved his dog. It was so cool.
It was pretty crazy.
And the kangaroo is way bigger than him, anyways. It's like the kangaroo.
Oh yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
And it was like all jacked.
Yeah. Like I don't think we realize how big and badass kangaroos are. Like they've got like huge
I do realize. This is why I'm.
They stand like 8 feet tall, and that's not even with extending their legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're nuts.
Yeah. Animal Tracks is awesome. They like take these animals and they, and their big thing is education. Like this is a baboon. Baboons do not belong in your bedroom. They belong in the wild. They're very good at like education and things. So, I mean, I don't know where I was going with that.
Just how you're highlighting like other businesses. And I think that's what's fascinating. And the amount of stuff that I've learned just speaking with people like you and guests, the expansive impact that is out there in the animal community that like I didn't even know about, let alone just the average person. It's so cool.
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying. Like our big thing with God's Best Friend and the Pet Summit is like animal welfare and rescues and like educating people that, and like even for us, like growing up, like I'm not against like breeders. Like, let me preface by saying that, but responsible breeders. But like growing up, like we didn't think like you had to rescue a dog, now rescuing a dog is the cool thing to do. But like growing up, I mean, we had Rottweilers. My mom, we bought Rottweilers. Like that's all we had. And I mean, not that that's a bad thing, but like now it's like you have this better option to rescue a Rottweiler. And so like, and I think a lot of people also don't understand that. That's what I use Pharrell and Rosie's account for a lot is like breed rescues. So, I mean, Pharrell and Rosie are both purebred border collies, both adopted. And I don't think people realize that you can do that you can rescue. Like if I'm a border collie person, like I will never have another dog unless it's a pot cake or a border collie ever. Like you're either straight Dominican or you're a border collie. And I mean, there's so many rescues out there that are just, I mean, purebred, beautiful pup. Like I got Pharrell as a puppy. He was a puppy.
I forget what the numbers are, but I want to say it's in the 50% range of animals that are purebred dogs or cats or whatever that are in rescues.
Yeah. And I just don't think people know that. And they're like, well, I have to have a doodle. I have to have a doodle. I'm hypoallergenic.
So many doodles.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, first of all, there's like plenty of studies shown that doodle people do not come after me, that you can, like, doodles are not hypoallergenic. Like it does not come from their fur. It comes from their dander. So just because they don't shed doesn't mean you're not allergic to them. It's like, it blows my mind when people are like, I'm allergic, so I can only have doodles. I'm like, bitch, I'm allergic. Like I have like seven inhalers by my bed, 7 inhalers. I get allergy shots. I like been to the hospital multiple times, and the ER doctors are like, so the only way you're going to survive a long life is you get rid of dogs. I'm like, give me more drugs. We'll figure it out.
I'll go for a shorter life. 70 is fine
worth it.
Yeah. Right. And so it just like kind of infuriates me a little. And I'm like, there's some, and I love doodles, don't get me wrong, but like there's also doodle rescues. Like you can rescue a doodle.
I mean, I've had clients who get these puppies and they just can't handle them, and they return them, you know, as puppies, and then the breeders don't want a 6-month-old puppy. So yeah, there's plenty of options. Unfortunately,
I knew you were going to do this to me. Dang it.
This is the end of our show. I can't believe it. We're here already. It's so sad. But we have very important business to attend to, Megan, because we end our show in a very, very specific way.
You've gotten so good at launching this. It's almost put so much pressure that I nail this now, Sylvia. Like, but
no pressure.
Your intro was great.
But so much pressure.
We have
don't mess this
dog dad jokes.
Don't fuck it up, Jason.
I'm not.
I'm excited
on this one.
I'm so excited for this.
Jason,
are you ready? No, I'm excited about this one too. I have to make sure I don't mess this one up because it's really good if I can nail it. Are you ready? Okay. What do you get when you cross a Cocker Spaniel, a Poodle, and a Rooster? A Cocker Poodle Doo. It's so good.
In my head, though, I said cocker doodle. How apropos, Jason. Like, did you know we were going to talk about doodles?
No, I didn't.
I was like, I would say, well,
I do love doodles. I feel like I have to say that again.
No, we all love doodles.
I don't think
you know how these people are. Like, if you said one thing about their breed, they come at you, and I'm like, relax.
We love. I don't think that there is a breed in specific that we don't love. Like at least that's where my.
I think
heart
we're just all three here, general dog loving humans. I mean, Megan maybe more than all of us combined. But after this conversation, I'm like, am I doing this right? I need to fix my brand. Apparently, I don't have a dog up in this bitch. I have been lying to people for a year. I feel terrible. I've been misrepresented.
Doing great.
I have absolute imposter syndrome. Thank you, Megan.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much for being on our show today,
Thanks
Megan.
for having me, guys.
So much fun.
We'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye.
Toodles.
Thank you guys so much for joining Sylvia and I and Megan Rose and spending some time with us to learn about everything that's going on with the Pet Summit and books and Dominican and like all those really, really cool things. There was so many different Instagram and Facebook pages and things to follow on this show. I'm not even going to try and recite them all off. They will be in the show notes down below, but please go make sure that you follow Megan on all of her different topics. Jump over and make sure that you follow Forever USA and Dog Up in This Bitch, and obviously hit the subscribe button for the Dogish Podcast.
Yes, you need to know what's coming every single week. We have so many amazing guests lined up.
And As always, if there's something in particular that you think that we should be talking about or somebody that we should meet and have on the show, please reach out to us. Let us know. We will do our absolute best to try and get them involved. And honestly, after hearing about the Pet Summit, there sounds like there's just going to be so many people that we get to talk to.
We're super excited.
Yes.
Thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next week.
Till next time.
Yeah.